We'll see how this goes. Greetings, Earthlings, and all extraterrestrial beings. My name is Christopher Alexander Robert Clark-Youngblood. I'm coming to you live from our palatial Portland, Oregon studios. Oh, that's dope view right there. That's what I was looking for. Maybe if I just chill right here in the corner. It's fall, folks. It's getting chilly, but I'm learning to appreciate the change of seasons. That's the word, correct? The change of seasons is nice. Learn to appreciate the fact that the Portland rain gives you beautiful trees and foliages. Foliages. We're going to stick with foliages. I've been on some awesome hikes over the last couple weeks. So we're making the most of it. Never expect to be up here, but it's good to be up here. This video camera doesn't do justice to on my laptop, doesn't do justice to like the like distinct colors that exist of the leaves. I experienced this back in Georgia, and I've seen it throughout the East Coast, but it's cool to see the change of seasons here in Portland, something we did not see over the last 5 years in Los Angeles. But it's getting cold, man, and I'm not really a huge fan of that. But staying warm in the basement, doing my yoga practice in the basement. Probably going to start doing some hot yoga here soon. Dope. Can we get this side as well? See how that looks. A little trampoline in the background. That bush is nice as well. If I move that trampoline, that looks like it's two. Give me 1 second. What's up, Joji? Jojo the Wizard, cool harmonica, baba. This is our backyard here in Portland. That red bush is killing it. The girls just got... Today's the day before Halloween. I didn't give the date and time. It is Thursday, October 30th, 2025, and it is 5:38 p.m. 5:39 p.m. Pacific time. Day before Halloween. We got Frozen theme, which is fitting. I'm fucking cold. It's actually not even that cold, man. It's probably like 55, maybe 50 right now. So it's going to get colder. Faux show. I don't have appropriate attire. This Patagonia is my nicest piece of clothing, my warmest piece of clothing, but it is not waterproof by any means. We've gone on hikes the last couple of Sundays, and it has rained, and I have not had rain attire, but we're just going to wing it. Right now I'm pushing pedal to the metal to the end of the year, 2 more months, and maybe I can make that. I can certainly make that happen if I don't hike, but I want to hike every weekend that I'm not in LA. I want to do one hike here in Oregon. So, I mean, how many weekends are we potentially talking about here? 8 weekends left. I'll get myself back in the shot here. 8 weekends left. I'm going to be in LA. Let's say 8 weekends left after this weekend, because I'm going to be in LA this weekend. 1 weekend. My family's coming for Thanksgiving. That's 1 weekend. That's the only trip I have. Almost certainly another weekend I'll be in Chicago. So let's say 5 or 6 more weekends I have. 5 or 6 more hiking spots. Went to Washington Park with my buddy Jordan this past weekend. Did a good amount of shrooms. Totally different experience when you're with someone. Same amount of shrooms. Totally different experience when you're like carrying up conversation. Jordan was totally sober and carry up conversation rather than just being totally introspective. So it was awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it's just totally different. I love my buddy Jordan. Feel so grateful that he's here. That I have someone up here that we can go hiking. With. Just hang out, do whatever. Go eat dinner. Go to the sauna. We're into different stuff, and she's an open-minded dude. Good brother. Yeah. I kind of like it up here. It's gonna get cold, but it's gonna get colder, and that's gonna suck. eventually, I guess these trees are not going to have any leaves on them. I guess that's what an evergreen tree is, a tree that continues to have green leaves on them, so those will continue. But some of these trees are going to be barren. It's not going to be quite as beautiful looking. But there's spots of sunshine, man. Like, don't get me wrong, it's been very rainy over the last couple weeks. But, there's periods of sunshine, and so you're going to really appreciate it and just have to take advantage and get outside, get some vitamin D in your face, sunshine in your face, and, man, I'm going for a lot of walks. I don't have a ton going on, man, so I'm working, 3 to 6 every day. Today, the girls went to trick-or-treat at their mom's office at the Nike headquarters, and so I unexpectedly had the afternoon off. I work 3 to 6. Jiu-jitsu 12 to 2. Yoga before that, so workout 11 to 2. So doing a lot of walking. I really am. I really trying to stay up with the moment, be present. The time I have with the girls being totally present. Spending extra time with them when they're coming in the mornings, early in the mornings, on the weekends, spending a lot of time with them in the mornings and early afternoons. We're counting down the weekends here. Things with the girlfriend are going really well, like maybe too well. She seems like we've really turned a corner over the last few weeks, and she seems very good to deal with long distance, and she's super busy opening up her second business. And I think maybe she's leaning towards me staying up here a little longer, or she seems in no rush for me to come down there. So I'm going to talk to her about that. I'm in no rush to get down to L.A. specifically. I certainly would love to spend more time with her. I certainly would love to be in warmer weather once winter hits, but I'm not necessarily in any rush to go to L.A. So I really am keeping things open and fluid. Literally, like, let's say hypothetically January 1, there's no employment and, I'm leaving here. I can stay if I want, but the plan, in my head, I need a plan. It's really lagging behind all this. I hope this video comes out all right. It seems like the video's lagging behind, but you can't even see my face anyway, so it doesn't matter. One second, y'all, because I know the audio kind of is low when I record directly to QuickTime. So I'm thinking about this. This is trying to take more than 60 seconds to check this out. The audio. Actually, I can pause, can I? Anyway, fuck it. I'll check it out later. But I want to try if I can increase the audio input volume on this, because I feel like it's low when I record directly to QuickTime. It's better when I record to when I was recording on Zoom. So yeah. As of January 1st, I have no concrete plan. But it's nice to keep it that way, especially because everything's open, man. It's open. If my girlfriend's in no rush for me to come back there, she doesn't feel like there's any imminent danger to the relationship if I'm not back there by fucking January or whatever. I will certainly take my time going down there. I do know if I don't have structure and consistency in my life, I've tended to wander or drift, not in any sort of necessarily very bad, unhealthy way, but I do think I'm healthiest and mostly certainly productive with a regular routine. Really strong considering getting back into teaching. I think I've talked about this before. I need to go to Arizona. I don't need to go to Arizona. I feel a drawing to return to Arizona, at least for a little bit. I need to register my car there, I think. That's where my license is. That'll be easiest as far as my car being registered. California's just too much fucking regulation, dude. I'm trying to keep it chill. I'm not going to fucking anti-government right here. California's way too much regulation. So, I want to go through Arizona to renew my teaching certificate and to do my car registration just to make it fucking simple and cheaper. Fucking California dirty thieves. Yeah. So, no concrete plan, and I like it like that. I will continue to monitor the fluidity of my life's progression over the next course of the next few episodes. And then starting January 1st or so, right around episode 100, things are going to start taking a shift as far as the, I think, week-to-week content nature of the podcast. Certainly I'm going to continue to get life updates, but I want to give a more specific exploratory path, an informative path, and educational path to the podcast rather than my just random weekly ramblings. I want to keep the random weekly ramblings as part of it, but I also want to provide some a more structured nature to the podcast and to my own life in general. So hopefully the podcast reflects that. Hopefully I can provide that more structured, directed nature to my own life, and the podcast will take on a similar tint, a similar characteristic. Sports, man. Seahawks, what the fuck happened with the Seahawks last week? They're off? They had a bye last week, right? They had a bye last week. Dude, the Seahawks are good to go. They're going to be good to go, man. I continue to say it. The defense is going to be on point. The offense is going to get better and better every week. We're talking about a team this year that could contend for a Super Bowl. Once they're in the playoffs, anything is possible. I think they're second year of a 5-year deal for our Lord and Savior head coach Mike McDonald. I think they're ahead of schedule. Vikings are in complete fucking disarray. But as Christ Youngblood has prophesied, Max motherfucking Brosmer, dude. It's fucking crazy, this story. I've got on every fucking podcast. The Max Brosmer saga. Max Brosmer is closer and closer to becoming starting quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings after being undrafted free agent from Centennial High School in Roswell, Georgia to New Hampshire to the University of Minnesota. I started talking about this guy last year when he was in fucking college, not even on any sort of NFL radar, and here he is, closer and closer each week to becoming the starting quarterback of my childhood favorite team. The Vikings suck. I mean, don't suck otherwise. The defense is super fun to watch, but the quarterback situation is just kind of laughable. So hopefully McCarthy can get his shit together, or hopefully not. Hopefully not to wish ill on anyone, but let's see Max Brosmer in there. Let's give Max Brosmer a chance. It'd be so funny if he gets it, man. It's so crazy. If he gets in there. But it's like, it's getting closer and closer, and Carson Wentz is fucked up. I think he's done for the season. Dogs got Florida this weekend. World's largest cocktail rivalry. Is that what it's called? World's largest cocktail party. This is Georgia's biggest rival, Florida, I guess you could argue. Although Georgia Tech is top 10 in the nation, it's going to be a banger of a game this year. And if Georgia Tech continues to produce top 25 teams, Tech and UGA is going to become a hell of a motherfucking rivalry. So we'll see about that. I'm extremely nervous about that game. That's going to be in Atlanta. I won't be there. The plan was for me to go there to Atlanta for Thanksgiving. I haven't been home to Atlanta in 2 years. I will not be, unfortunately, because it's just, this could, be the end of, I don't want to keep saying it's the end, but, I'm wrapping this time up here and with JoJo and Emmy, and I want to spend as much time with them as possible. So the last couple of Thanksgivings, we have a Thanksgiving and Christmas I'd like to spend here, and then I really want in my head kind of at least start making a break after that. But like I said, man, things are fluid, which is both kind of driving me crazy, but I'm actually incredibly encouraged by how calm and happy I really am on a day-to-day basis. I'm not going to lie, I was a happier human being 5 months ago when I was just living in L.A., 4 months ago, whatever the fuck it was. I don't want to say happier, like my core fire continues to burn. I think like it's just, it's just more inconvenient and less sun. But I'm in no sort of like imminent psychological danger by any means. But it was just, man, we had a great setup there in LA. My girlfriend's there, and it's, it's just, it's. This is part of a life journey. So it's about your attitude and how you respond to whatever life presents you, and make the most of your situation. And this is far from any sort of actual trial or tribulation is a good thing, right? Tribulation, any sort of large challenge in life. It's all part of the journey that we're on here. MMA, dude. Yo, UFC heavyweight championship this past weekend. Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane, French kickboxer, huge underdog. I thought Tom Aspinall was going to smash this motherfucker. He looked awesome in the first round. We look like we're in for a epic, legendary championship clash. Finally, in the heavyweight division, the UFC, 30 seconds left in the first round. Devastating eye poke to Tom Aspinall. He can't continue. He's getting all kinds of shit after the fact for essentially like ducking out of the fight because people are arguing, oh, he was looking for a way out of the fight because Cyril Gane was looking way better than anyone expected and way better than anyone Tom Aspinall has faced. That's fucking horseshit, though, man. Tom Aspinall's not looking for a way out of the fight. Tom Aspinall's a fucking dog. He's a G. But I don't know. Same time, dude. I mean, I know Chael Sonnen is a pot store, and I don't know. But dudes, I did not expect to be saying that, or we're kind of forwarding that narrative that he's looking for a way out of the fight. I just don't think that's the case. I can't cover up. Can I just cover up my mouth like this? Is that fine? I mean, I don't fucking know. Anyway, talk like this so you can see my mouth. Yeah, so that was really disappointing. In the co-main event, Virna Jandiroba versus Mackenzie Dern for the women's strawweight championship. That's 115 pounds. Vacated by Zhang Wei Li, who's like mega champion, Chinese champion. She's moving up to what did I just say? Strawweight? Featherweight. She's moving up to featherweight, 125, to fight Valentina Shevchenko. Man, really bringing the energy here. Man, end of a long day. All that did not work or anything. Doing anything serious today, but dude, I go hard in the fucking gym. Like, I train hard, man, every day. So, I am tired at the end of the day, and then I spend multiple hours with kids every day. Although today I didn't, so there's no excuse. Anyway, what the fuck am I talking about? UFC was a disappointing card. It's UFC 321 pay-per-view in Abu Dhabi. It was a disappointing card. The card was pretty good overall, but man, for the main event to end like that, especially the UFC Heavyweight Championship, especially a dude like Tom Aspinall who hasn't fought in like 2 years, super disappointing. Hopefully they can get that thing rescheduled as soon as possible. Potentially as soon as December. Kind of doubt it though. December's early. Well, that'll be awesome if they get it rescheduled in December. The fight actually is way bigger now because Cyril Gane looked way bigger and better than anyone expected. So, UFC continues to chug along. My passion is like, I kind of waning a little bit. I don't know. But it is my favorite sport. And like, I find it like almost like a core obligation to watch, to see the best fighters on the planet perform at the highest level on a weekly basis. It's almost like a religious thing to me. So, yeah, I'll continue chatting about it for fucking 30 seconds every week. Whatever. I don't know if I have more to say, whatever. I don't know if there's anything else like really going on in like the broader world of MMA that I'm like itching to talk about or anything. I think I was talking about Georgia, Florida. That is Georgia, Florida. That's Georgia's biggest rival. Florida's way down. Florida fired the coach. I kind of buried the lead of what I've been talking about the most this week, but I'll talk about it in a second. Georgia, Florida. Georgia should whoop the shit out of Florida this week. Florida fired the coach, Billy Napier. That position is open. Penn State fired their head coach, James Franklin. That position is open. And my other childhood favorite team, like the Vikings, the LSU Tigers fired their fucking coach, Brian Kelly. Fuck you, Brian Kelly. I don't mean that in any personal way. I don't know you, but in a sports way, fuck you, Brian Kelly. I never liked that guy. I wanted him out of town. I never wanted him to hire that fucking guy. Jeez. I mean, you could just tell from day one before they hire him. Things played out with Brian Kelly exactly how I expected them to play out with Brian Kelly. Ugh. So glad that guy's out of town. Hopefully they can get Lane Kiffin, but there's not going to be a hot fucking coaching carousel in college football right now. Penn State open, Florida open, Georgia open. It's there's going to be a lot of fucking ridiculous money being thrown on to these coaches. And I don't know, but there's a lot of hot young coaches out there. Clark Lee at Vanderbilt. But LSU's got to get the cream of the crop, and I think the cream of the crop is Lane Kiffin right now. So please land Lane Kiffin. It's so funny. The governor of Louisiana is involved. The the athletic director at LSU currently, Scott Woodward, hired Jimbo Fisher previously at his previous position at Texas A&M, which is a huge disaster. He then went to LSU, hires Brian Kelly, which is a huge disaster. These coaches have guaranteed contracts. So you're talking like $50, $75 million that the university is on the hook for no coach, just for nothing, for the guy to get fired. That's like his reward for getting fired. It's crazy. So they need to do something about these coaching contracts. or they've got to pay a penalty if they leave or something, man. There's got to be something else on the other end. I don't know, because the coaches leave. I believe they don't pay any penalty. They can leave and go wherever they want. LSU's going to pluck away somebody else's coach right now, Lane Kiffin or whomever. And I don't think there's any penalty to them. What's up, little squirrel? Bushy squirrels. Squirrels are getting fat and bushy out here. It's cold. They get fat. It's a little squirrel. It's cool, man. I want to learn how to hunt. I need to keep spending more time in nature. Oh, it's so cool. Nature up here is badass. What else is cracking? So yeah, just Georgia as far. Actually, Ole Miss is in the playoff race. My older sister went to Ole Miss, so keep my eye on Georgia and Ole Miss. But it's funny, kind of the sports. My sports. All I do all day, as far as like what I consume from a media standpoint, are sports podcasts, MMA, college football, NFL. And then I watch sports at night. It's a little fucking ridiculous. So I want to start consuming more in-depth content and talking about it on the podcast or more meaningful. The squirrel's got an apple. Can y'all see that squirrel at the top of the stairs? He's got an apple. Can we zoom in on this motherfucker? Oh, fuck. Great apple, squirrel. Great work. That's why you get so fat for the winter. I want to start hunting these animals. Not these particular ones, but procuring my own meat in the wild. That'd be badass. Yeah. College football, NFL. NFL kind of feeling the same way as UFC a little bit. It's just kind of like corporate and a little bit bland for me. And what the fuck is that? NFL, UFC, a little bit corporate and bland for me. NBA, I'm not following. Man, I started like putting on my watch list on YouTube Atlanta Hawks highlights and even NHL highlights, Los Angeles Kings, Anaheim Mighty Ducks highlights. And I'm like, dude, I think maybe I should back off and start watching some space documentaries. So I'm just verbalizing my inner turmoil about how I spend my time and the things that I'm consuming with my brain. But for now, sports will predominate. I think that's it. NFL. I mean, what do you want me to say? What do I want to say? Do I have anything to say other than Seahawks I think I have ultimate confidence in. Vikings, I have zero confidence in at this point. Just because you got to have a fucking quarterback, man. And something's going on with this whole J.J. McCarthy situation. I know he had just had a baby. But Carson Wentz is out there with, like, compound fractures, dislocated shoulders. And J.J. McCarthy is like he rolled his ankle 6 weeks ago. And he can't get back in the game. He also just had a baby. Did I say that? So I think that's something to do with it. But I don't know. It's something weird going on with this kid. I think he's just not ready, and they know that. My boy Brosmer's ready. Hold on. Quick flyby by JoJo and Emmy in the background. I don't know if y'all can hear that. And the squirrels freaked the fuck out. Emmy's now crying. I think I might wrap it up at this point. Go see what's going on with these little ladies. JoJo had JoJo's soccer team, which I think I've spoken about. Under 7, first grade, girls, first time ever playing soccer. I had the pleasure and privilege of coaching the team, assistant coaching the team, I should say. Coach Phil did most of the lead work and planning, and I was just showed up to every practice and helped him out in the games and when I was in L.A. But we went undefeated. From what I can tell, it was weird every game. We have 12 girls on the team every game. We broke the girls up into 2 teams of 6 and then played games of 3-on-3. So it was, I guess, actually kind of helpful that I volunteered to help them out because I don't think we expected that when we showed up to the first game. And so it was cool to be able to coach my own team on Saturdays. And we whooped ass, man. All the girls. So cool to see how much better they got. So cool see how invested they were in each practice to be little girls at that age and pay attention and try hard, and the growth, man. How much better they got at soccer in 2 months or however long it was, 10 weeks, I don't even remember. But man, that was an absolute pleasure. It's really kind of changed what I think I want to do going forward. I think I want to coach. I knew I wanted to coach kids jiu-jitsu, so now I'm just thinking about maybe getting back into teaching PE, and the teaching schedule might be best as far as not only the time I get off every day so I can train MMA at night. Hello, Josephine. Would you like to say hello?
Hello.
Hello, Emmeline. Would you like to say hello?
Hello.
Nice. Emmy, do you have anything else you want to share or talk about? Emmy's been doing a lot of great talking lately. So cool to see how social Emmy has become since we've come to Portland. She talks to strangers at the park, talks to kids, makes new friends on her own, talks to parents on her own. So brave, Emmy. So social. And JoJo carries her away. Please do not drop her, JoJo. Be strong. Whoa, that's a form of dropping. Good job. Cuties. Yeah, JoJo's team went undefeated. I hope she continues with soccer, but it doesn't matter if she doesn't. It's just like I've told those girls every week and try to tell myself there's so much cool. Man, I was talking to Jordan. Let me finish the soccer thought. I was telling the girls, it's just like anything else. You make concerted, focused effort, you're going to get better. So how good they got at soccer over 2 months, you can do that with anything in life. And that's something we all need to remind ourselves of constantly. Working with children is a beautiful exercise because you're constantly reminding yourself. You constantly have to be your real self and reminding yourself of how to be the best person you can be. And so, following your own advice, ideally, that you're giving them. Man, I was talking to Jordan hiking this weekend, and you were talking about having kids, and he asked me if I would be okay dying without having children. I told him no. I think I could get to the point where I am okay with dying without having kids, but it's kind of having children is the closest way to cultivate and nourish your soul. I'm starting to realize, and shrooms just helped me realize this and learn that we all have a soul, and the soul is like part of this greater infinity that connects us all. And our soul is like an apartment or a plot of land or something that you're given, and you can just ignore it, and it will come decrepit and or nothing, dry and barren, or perhaps wither up and die, or you can nourish it and it can grow beautiful and bountiful and cool and become this heaven within inside of you. And perhaps that's what heaven is. And I think kids help you nourish your soul. It's like the quickest way to soul nourishment, because it's with children, it's your obligation to teach them how to become the best person, which forces you to reflect on what is it to be the best person. That squirrel's eating an apple earlier. It was super cute. It forces you to reflect on what does it take to be the best person. So you give them the best advice you can, but then you're forced to follow it yourself. So I was telling the Jordan, yeah, I think you should have kids because it's the fast. It's almost selfish exercise because it's the fastest way to nourish and grow your soul. So perhaps I'll close on that note with these beautiful little angels here. Emmy hopping in my lap. What's up, Emmeline? Something you want to share? You seem worried. Oh, cutie Emmy. Oh, the cutie Emmy. I love you, Emmy. My big Emmy. What's that?
Two legs. Hooks in.
Yeah, a little jiu-jitsu advice. Careful, Joji. And with that, a storm? Sounds like it, right? Actually, there is. It's gonna start raining. Not that fast. I'm gonna finish up. Give me like 2 seconds or 5 minutes. Actually, might be 2 seconds. I think with that, I'm gonna close it out. Nourish your soul. It exists, and it's connected to this infinity, and I think that's heaven or the afterlife or God or all of that. So, I don't know. I don't have like a list of things that are soul nourishing, but I think we all intuitively know what they are. So, I'm gonna do my best to do that, and I don't know. I'll keep y'all posted on what I find out or the trials and tribulations. I love you all. Namaste.